Good morning, good evening, and good afternoon, Africans. You know, it's funny because you never know who you will need tomorrow. The person with whom you are stepping on today is the same person you may need tomorrow. And that's why it's important to always remember that don't burn bridges that once crossed you over a turbulent river. You might need that bridge because crossing the turbulent might cost you your life now. The same situation that I'm speaking about is likened to the situation of Black Americans and Latinas. You know, Latinas and Black Americans share the same struggles, but one group seems to always think they are more glorified, they are better, even in their struggle, than the other. And that is because the Latinas prioritize themselves first, which is not wrong. It's good to prioritize yourself. Love your others, you love yourself. So a reference point is the way you love yourself, you love other person, right? What if you now step on this other person? You love yourself, but you don't love them. You hate them, you despise them, right? Now that's not love. That's another thing. It's called selfishness. It's called greed. It's called supremacy. It's called racial supremacy. It's called colorism. It's called racism. It has specific names, but the core is hatred and selfishness. That is the core. So, Latinos right now, despite how they've treated black people before, we've seen and we've shown, we've heard many times how they call black people the N-word. And the black people are always not happy about it. Now these same Latinas are right now calling black people to stand with them in these hard times, you know. You can't deport black people. Black people are not like Latinas. You can't deport them. No, it's impossible. But you can deport the Latinas, right? So, I want us to dive into a certain video. It's trending, by the way. Let's listen to these people share their grievances and their regrets. I shall get back by the end of the video, of course, where we shall also have a deep, critical analysis. Let's dive in.
Am I the only one that didn't know that apparently Latinos were like begging black people for support and help now that Donald Trump is trying to deport? I did not know this. I just learned in the comment section, man, in one of my videos, man. They said, yo, they was just asking us for help. Now they're blaming us for having DM men in their community. Like, what's going on over here? I was asking for help, man. So y'all know how to go down that rabbit hole. And apparently there's a whole bunch of Latinos, man, talking about black people. We need to unite. We need to come together. Trump is trying to get us out of here. It's us. Who the fuck is us? We legal. We ain't going nowhere. The worst thing we're gonna hear is somebody say go back to Africa, and we haven't heard that since the 90s. Listen, I can make fun of the situation, right? Because I don't got papers, right? The broski's an undocumented immigrant, but I've been dodging ICE since 1998 when we used to call it La Migra. And I'm out here in New York City, so I'm protected. Like the other day, they were closing in on me, right? They was about to arrest me, man. And 5 batshit crazy liberals, man, stopped walking their dogs and drinking their Starbucks, man. And they jumped at the ICE agent and said, the broski, run, broski, run. And man, I took off running, bro. I've been running ever since, bro. They did not catch me, man. So I could talk confidently out here in New York City because I know these liberals ain't gonna allow these ICE agents to arrest me. They're like, that's our fucking immigrant. He ain't going nowhere. But he shot 2 cops. We don't give a fuck, man. Those were his cops to shoot.
You gonna cop a nigga? I'm fit, nigga.
That nigga right there.
There you go.
Yeah, you do, nigga. Stop playing. Yeah, that nigga right there.
Y'all can address that, then stop looking for black people to be out there for y'all. Y'all are not black. Latinos, specifically Mexicans, Cubans, y'all are not black. You don't have the right to say that word. You do not come from a lineage of bondage. You do not come from a place where you were sold. Okay, you are not black. No matter how much you try to be a thug, you are not black. No matter how many times you hang around black people, you are not black. And if you are not an African American, a descendant from slavery, that word should never come out of your mouth. This is why most black people are not out there, on top of them being tired because we said we told you so. This is one of the reasons why we don't feel aligned with y'all, because of things like this. And it's not just them, because they learned it from somewhere. And I don't want to hear the excuse is a product of their environment, because baby, I grew up around Latinos, okay? I grew up around them, and none of them would ever use the N-word in front of me. And yes, I grew up in Houston. So don't bring the Texas shit in there either, because that's BS. They would get checked. And I do mean by the chin. Until y'all can address that shit, don't say nothing to black people. Fix your house first before you go outside.
I saw a video of a Hispanic man today saying that we don't need the support from black people because we got each other. We got Mexicans, Hondurans, Salvadorians, Nicaraguenses. He basically mentioned all Central America and said, we don't need you guys. If you guys can't support each other, how is it that we need your support? Or how is it that we're going to even get your support? Anybody who saw that video, I watched the whole thing. Anybody who saw that video that's black, I'm sorry. I'm wholeheartedly sorry. We don't all think like that. My heart has been filled with so much joy seeing the support from the black community, because we're finally coming to realize that we are so much alike, that we need each other, that we need to support each other. That rhetoric that we should hate each other, now more than ever, we should see how alike we are and how we need each other and how we can succeed when we unite. So I'm sorry.
I'm going to take a sip of my morning coffee before I say what I'm about to say. You know what? Who cares? What the hell is wrong with Latinos? What the hell is wrong with us as a whole? Like, seriously, we need to start talking about this. It first started with over half of us, 60% to be exact, voting for the orange tyrant, voting against our own people, our own interests. And we're seeing how that is playing out. You know what? We're not going there. Then the Latinos had the caucasity to go on Beyonce's internet, attacking black people for not rioting in the streets like they were doing during the Black Lives Matter movement on our behalf, when it was the consequences of our own actions that got us here in the first place. Like, how are the caucasity? Like, seriously, that is caucasiousness.
They both was full of shit of presidents. No matter what, people can go through politics. I don't want to go down that route with y'all because I don't have time for the negativity like that.
Okay, and you are free to believe that. You are free to believe that they were both full of it, and but then what are you doing with the videos then? Why are you posting your fear of this deportation? Because apparently they were both full of it, so whatever, right? It was just whatever before, so it should be whatever now. It didn't matter before. Why does it matter now?
Latinos, you can scream MAGA all you want, vote red, only speak English, even call ICE yourself, but you will never be the exception. You will never be white, and it's not going to stop you from getting racially profiled. Who said that? Who said that?
They are being starved. They are thirsty, only given 1 cup of water per day, are denied bathroom privileges, are denied medical attention. People in ICE concentration camps are losing their lives. And don't even think about saying FAFO, fuck around and find out, to these people in ICE detention centers. It is a shame that members of the black community started the trend, and so many other people followed. This is an updated voting poll. Brown people voted for Kamala Harris more. But you fall for the colonizers' divisive tactics, the inaccurate voting polls, the initial propaganda. It is immature and immoral to be centering that type of behavior in response to a community that is being mass deported in prison and concentration camps and tossed out of the country to who knows where without any rights or contact to any lawyer or family. When we should be focused on solidarity, and this has to stop immediately, especially those of you who claim to be activists perpetuating this FAFOBS nonsense.
Latinos of all backgrounds, do y'all not realize black people are not the only people in this country? You got your Chinese Americans, your Japanese Americans, your Korean Americans, your Indian Americans, your Muslim Americans, your white Americans, and your own people. So why in Davy Jones' locker are y'all so pressed and mad at us because we not out protesting? Folks, we did the most effective protesting last November, and the data proves it. We protested when it mattered the most. We were not out here with whole productions talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." Y'all was out here with that foolishness, knowing full well, that y'all had a few abuelas, a few tios, tias, mijo, and mijas in your house undocumented. But y'all got y'all behinds on stage talking about some "we will vote for Donald Trump." And you think we supposed to be out here protesting, picket fence in hand, clowning like some monkeys in a zoo? No, sirree bop. We did what we were supposed to do. And y'all put y'all's own community in the position that it's in now. And y'all need to live with it.
Because you keep saying we, you know, and it's like your kind of connection with the black community, but you're Cuban. Like
I'm black first.
Yeah.
I'm black first.
So
what I always
ask,
tell
like,
people,
how you identify
but
yourself.
Are you full Cuban?
I'm full Cuban.
I thought he was black too.
I know,
but I am black.
No, everyone thinks that you are like
okay,
the black lineage.
All right,
like,
so
you know, like,
let me explain how it works. You know, this is another thing that I feel like we as black people get caught up in, that
semantics
that separates us as opposed to uniting us. We get caught up in where the ship dropped us off versus where the ship picked us up.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We all come from the same root. It's just a tree with different branches. The same boat that picked up your ancestors picked up my ancestors. Only they dropped yours off here. They made a pit stop in the Caribbean and dropped mine off.
Mm-hmm.
But my ancestors still dealt with slavery.
Mm-hmm.
You know, still dealt with being, you know, having their family and their lives ripped from them, and having to come back from colonialism and slavery. You know, so, and it's not just African Americans, it's Afro-Cubans, it's Afro-Dominicans, it's Afro-Puerto Ricans. Like, all these people got to get out of their colonialized minds and stop thinking, oh, I'm not this, I'm this. Okay, yeah, you can be Latin, but you're black first.
And the separatism that takes us apart when we all have the same struggle. We all experience
100%.
the same struggle.
Because when I walk into a room, they ain't thinking, oh, we're going to give him a pass because he's Latin. Yeah. Or if a cop pulls me over, he's not like, oh, okay, I'm not going to shoot him or I'm not going to beat his ass because he's Cuban. No, I'm black. You know what I'm saying? And I'm dealing with the same struggle. So we all gotta unite and fight for the struggle together because we're all dealing with the exact same struggle.
Don't ever call me a person of color. I'm black. The overarching term person of color or POC has always been null and void in America because there is white America, black America, and then everyone else. And you find that the other people under the umbrella POC are just as anti-black as white people.
Why are Latinos asking black people to join them in the protest? But last month, black people asked Latinos to stop saying the N-word because black people find it disrespectful when Latinos say the N-word. And Latinos were so offended that they started disrespecting the black community. And I'm probably going to get a lot of hate for this, but I want to say something. If you've been following me for a while or have gone through my videos recently, you see that I'm constantly pushing for unity between communities. Majority of the black people in the comments are stating how they get a lot of disrespect from the Latinos. And majority of the Latinos in my comments are actually really disrespectful to the black community. And I've been pushing for unity because these protests are not where we're going to unite. There's something bigger to come where we need that unity. And something that I've been noticing during these protests is a lot of Latinos are asking the black community for help. And when the black community states how they don't want to, or they don't feel like they should, Latinos are disrespecting them with racial slurs.
Latinos in the United States have not earned the support of black people for us to be demanding, oh yeah, why aren't they coming out to protest with us? Why aren't they engaging in activism with us? Because we haven't earned it at all, in the slightest. Or did you guys forget that 46% of all eligible Latino voters voted for Donald Trump in the 2024 presidential election? Or how about the fact that racism, anti-blackness, colorism, all of these things are still very much pervasive in our communities? Bro, Latinos haven't even reconciled with the fact that they can't use the N-word unless they're also black themselves, because Afro-Latinos exist. Oh, and if we're talking about Miami, oof, you'll see the whitest MAGA Latinos be like, bro, but I grew up in the hood. I grew up around black people. In Overtown or in Liberty City, I could say it, bro. No one's going to stop me from saying it. It's my right. I'm not racist. I have a black friend. We haven't even gotten over that. And we want black people to go to protests with us, to engage in activism with us, putting their lives, their freedom, their bodies on the line? No. I completely understand any black person that wants to just disengage, disregard us. I get it, guys. I really, really do. And we, as Latinos, as a collective, should not be harboring resentment against black people, criticizing them, getting angry at them, questioning them. No. No. Because we've earned this. They are completely justified in feeling the way they feel and doing what they're doing. Now, I would like to give a message to the black folks watching this video. You are completely justified in your feelings and in doing what you're doing, and I respect it. But please remember that black folks are also being affected by this persecution of undocumented migrants. And I feel like that's not talked about enough either. Here, Miami, Florida is the best example. Haitians, Jamaicans, Bahamians, Afro-Cubans, Afro-Hondurans, Garifunas, black people from all over Latin America and all over the world, Africans, just so many black people that are also undocumented that are really being affected by the persecution of this administration. And of course, much like any other entity in space, black folks in immigration detention centers, in the immigration system, are treated worse than their white, Latino, Asian counterparts. So it's really important to acknowledge that and just let you guys know. But yeah, Latinos, we need to tighten up. If you guys want the support of the black community, then earn it. Demonstrate that we can solve these issues of racism in our own communities, and please stop saying the N-word. If you're not black, don't say the N-word. It's really simple, actually.
To my Hispanic folk, I'm going to talk to you for a second. Do you not fucking know that you're at war? Do you not know? You damn near like us. You're arguing in a burning fucking house. You're arguing as the house burns down around you. You better wake up and understand what's happening. To those of you who are for this mass deportation and shit like that, have you noticed that they're not deporting white folk? They're not deporting Swedish Americans. They're not deporting Italians. They're not deporting Irish, Scottish, British folk. They're not deporting them. As a matter of fact, they're bringing South African whites over here. Actually, they're here. And guess what they've done with them? They've given them the farmland that the white folk lost, and some black folk too. So I just need y'all to understand, we're at war. This is war. There's so many different facets to war, y'all. Psychological, economical, physical, spiritual. It's all types of warfare. And this is what's happening. And unity is the only way it'll stop. Because in truth, it's more of us than it is of them. White folk are outnumbered. They always have been the ones in power.
So, me, myself, listening to this, here is my deep critical analysis. What I understand here is the result of a colonial mindset, a result of many years of indoctrination, an indoctrination that feeds your mind of an idea of hating yourself and people who look like you, right? The idea of colorism is what is happening here, because these people do not hate black people for their personality. They hate or they disregard themselves or they regard themselves better than blacks because of the of the black person's color, right? Believe me, we have Latinas who are black as well. Latinas are not purely Spanish or purely Portuguese. These Latinas have black ancestry. But those people who happen to be lighter skinned do not see or do not really appreciate their black origin. What they look at is that they resemble, or rather, they look alike with the person who colonized them. Because the colonialist told them that black is better. The colonialist also reminded them that being that being black is one thing that is a vice. You see, from religious texts is where I gather this. The religious text told, or rather, they interpreted it to mean that black is for evil and white is better. And so, even if you enslave people and you're white, you're good. And even though you are enslaved and you're black, there's no heaven for you. You're evil, right? So let's look at it from a perspective of colonialism. Colonialism is one thing that is affecting our brothers and sisters. So I myself, I would call it hypocritical when I look at these people saying that now they want to come together with the black people and fight the common fight of discrimination in the United States of America. Why should I be your friend in difficulties? And when you have good times and you have plenty, I ain't your friend. Why? You see, a friend in need is a friend indeed, right? That is how it's supposed to be. But our brothers and sisters do not respect that. Our brothers and sisters do not honor this truth, right? So right now, you as a black person, right now, whoever is watching this, and my message is to the black people, you see, that tree which has the best fruit, the nicest, the sweetest, will always be thrown stone at, right? So evil is always targeting blacks because there is something beautiful, there is something amazing with the black people. That day we will realize this truth. That will be our very, very good day. That will be a better day for us. And I know we have already believed in that, yes. So I may want to hear from you, share your thoughts in the comment section. I may want to know what you think. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. It helps me bring good and better content to you. See you in the next one. This is EFK Original Documentaries.